Welcome back to Lincoln Currency. Have you ever checked the change in your pocket and thought, could this penny make me a millionaire? What if I told you one single coin, a humble Lincoln penny from the year 1962, could be worth not just hundreds, not thousands, but an eye-watering $77 million? Yes, you heard that right. In this video, we're diving deep into the mysterious world of the 1962 Lincoln cent, how it was made, what makes it special, why collectors are going crazy for it, and how you can find out if you've got one of these legendary coins hiding in plain sight. Stay until the end, because we'll uncover what makes one very specific 1962 penny the most valuable of its kind ever, and how you might just strike gold with your spare change. Let's rewind the clock. The year is 1962. John F. Kennedy is president. The Beatles are rising. The Cold War is tense. And at the Denver Mint in Colorado, a routine batch of Lincoln cents is rolling off the press. These coins were part of the iconic Lincoln cent series, which began in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design featured Lincoln's bust on the front, or obverse, and a pair of wheat ears on the back until 1958, after which the Lincoln Memorial took its place. By 1962, the Mint had already transitioned to this newer reverse design. But something about the 1962 coins stood out. The D stands for Denver, the location of the U.S. Mint facility that produced over 1.79 billion of these coins that year. On the surface, that sounds like a lot, far too many to be rare. But hidden among them are rarities worth more than their weight in gold. Most 1962 pennies are only worth a penny, maybe a few cents if they're in good shape. But some versions have features that make them extremely rare and valuable. A 1962 penny in average circulated condition is worth about 1 cent. But in mint state condition, especially graded MS65 or higher, these coins can fetch anywhere from $20 to $100. That's just the beginning. Some rare era coins have sold at auction for thousands. Now this is where it gets juicy. There are rare versions of the 1962 penny that contain minting errors, misstrikes, double dies, off-center impressions, and repunched mint marks. These small details can send the value into the stratosphere. Some of these error coins are well documented and known to sell for hundreds or even thousands depending on their condition and rarity. But what about that legendary $77 million penny? Yes, it sounds like myth, and to be honest, it might be. But there are claims floating in collector circles and online forums about an ultra-rare 1962 penny with a combination of anomalies, a double die, an off-metal strike, and possibly even an experimental planchet. This unicorn of a coin was supposedly sold privately to an anonymous collector for a price nearing $77 million. No official auction record has confirmed this sale. It hasn't been authenticated by PCGS or NGC. But the legend persists. Whether real or not, it has fueled obsession over 1962 pennies and driven collectors to scour every roll they can get their hands on. Some believe it's out there, just waiting to be discovered in someone's junk drawer or a forgotten piggy bank. So what's the real market value today? Let's break it down. A regular 1962 penny in circulated condition is worth between 1 and 5 cents. In mint state, it can sell for $15 to $150. With a repunched mint mark or other minor error, prices range from $100 to $700. Major double die errors or off-center strikes in high grade can be worth thousands. And if, by some chance, the $77 million penny does exist, then we're talking about one of the most valuable coins ever known. Collectors today are obsessed. They buy bags of pennies from banks and search through them one by one, hunting for any hint of a rare variety. They use magnifying glasses, microscopes, and lighting rigs to examine every detail, especially the mint mark. The D might be doubled. It might be punched slightly differently. It might be missing entirely. Any anomaly could mean treasure. So how can you check if you have one of these rare coins? First, look for the date, 1962, and make sure there's AAD under Lincoln's shoulder. Second, examine the D. Is it clean? Is it doubled? Is it misshapen? Third, check the weight. Most pennies weigh around 3.11 grams. If it's drastically lighter or heavier, it could be struck on the wrong planchet. Fourth, inspect the coin for doubling, especially around the date and lettering. Finally, get it graded. If it looks strange or perfect in condition, submit it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Even if you don't have the mythical coin, high-grade 1962D pennies and known era varieties can still be worth your time. Every year, coins of this kind are found in change jars, garage sales, and estate collections. It happens more often than you'd think. The key is knowing what to look for and acting fast when you find something unusual. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and the humble penny might just hold your ticket to fortune. The 1962D Lincoln cent isn't just a piece of copper, it's a gateway to American history, minting mysteries, and maybe even millions. Even if the $77 million coin is more legend than reality, the possibility and the hunt is what makes the hobby so exciting. So go ahead. Dig through those drawers. Check under couch cushions. Hit the coin rolls at your bank. Because you just might be holding history in your hand. If you enjoyed this journey into the rare coin world, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more, and drop a comment. What's the most valuable coin you've ever found? Keep hunting, and who knows, the next millionaire might just be watching this video right now. Back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving deep into the world of rare coins, and we're focusing on one of the most talked about and mysterious pennies in numismatic circles, the 1970D Lincoln penny. You might have heard the rumors, seen the headlines, or scrolled past the viral social media posts saying this 1-cent coin could be worth $77 million. Sounds insane, right? Well, buckle up, because we're about to explore everything about this coin, the facts, the fiction, the history, and the real value you can expect if you happen to find one in your change jar or coin collection. Let's start by setting the scene. The Lincoln cent, commonly referred to as the Lincoln penny, has been a cornerstone of American coinage since 1909. It was originally created to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth and was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person on the obverse. Fast forward to 1970, America was in the midst of social change, the Vietnam War was ongoing, and Richard Nixon was president. During this time, the U.S. Mint continued producing the Lincoln penny, with coins minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The 1970D penny, as the letter D suggests, was minted in Denver. Now here's where things get interesting. While the Denver Mint produced millions of Lincoln cents in 1970, over 2.6 billion of them, to be exact, not all of these coins were created equal. Some came off the minting press with subtle differences, minting errors, or rare variations that turned them from ordinary pennies into highly sought-after collectibles. And that's where the legend of the $77 million penny begins. Let's address that myth right away. Is there really a 1970D Lincoln penny worth $77 million? Well, as of now, no coin grading authority or auction house has verified such a sale or valuation. The number likely comes from exaggerated online claims, fake listings, or clickbait designed to catch the eye of casual collectors or curious browsers. That said, there are certain varieties and eras of the 1970 Lincoln penny that can fetch thousands, even tens of thousands, of dollars in legitimate numismatic markets. So while $77 million is a stretch, a rare version of this coin could absolutely be worth big money. To understand why, let's talk about what collectors look for in these pennies. First, mint marks. The D mint mark on the 1970D penny indicates it was struck in Denver. Typically, mint marks are placed just under the date on the obverse of the coin. While the mint mark itself isn't necessarily rare, any unusual placement, doubling, or distortion can indicate a valuable mint error. And errors, especially those verified by third-party grading services, are where the real money lies. One of the most famous varieties from this era is the 1970s small date Lincoln cent with a doubled die obverse. While that specific coin was minted in San Francisco, not Denver, the principle still applies. If a coin displays doubling in the lettering, numbers, or Lincoln's features, It could be a double die variety and worth hundreds or thousands depending on condition and rarity. Now back to the 1970 D penny. There are a few known errors that collectors hunt for. One involves off-center strikes, where the design is not properly aligned with the coin's center. Another involves die cracks, repunched mint marks, where the D appears to be struck more than once, or even struck through errors, where foreign material interferes with the minting process. These types of errors turn a 1-cent coin into a potential jackpot. But again, such errors must be verified by professionals like PCGS or NGC to carry premium value.so. How do you know if you have a valuable 1970 D penny? First, grab a magnifying glass. Look at the date and mint mark. Is there doubling? Is the mint mark repunched? Then check the coin's alignment. Does the image appear centered? Any unusual scratches or marks that look intentional or structural? Then flip it over. Any damage to the Lincoln Memorial or lettering? Check for die cracks or breaks in the metal. Also, take note of the coin's color and condition. Uncirculated or mint-state coins, ones that haven't been used in everyday transactions, hold higher value. Red-toned pennies in mint-state condition, known as MS65 or higher, are the most desirable. If you think you have a valuable penny, don't clean it. Cleaning can actually reduce its value. Instead, consider sending it to a grading service. Now, about the actual value of these coins on the market. A standard 1970 D penny in circulated condition is worth 1 cent. Maybe a little more if you're selling in bulk to a copper recycler or collector. But the magic comes with condition and rarity. A 1970 D penny in mint state condition can be worth around $10 to $30, and potentially more if there's an error. For example, a 1970 D penny graded MS67 Plus RD by PCGS sold for over $2,000 at auction. That's a long way from $77 million, but still a significant return on 1 cent. It's also important to keep perspective. Not every 1970 D penny is valuable, and the odds of having a rare error are slim. But for those passionate about coin collecting, the thrill is in the hunt. And with misinformation floating around about sky-high values, it's crucial to do your research, verify with trusted sources, and consult with professionals. Another point to consider is the market demand. Coin values fluctuate just like any other collectible market. A coin that was worth $1,000 5 years ago might be worth $2,000 today, or only $500, depending on collector interest, economic conditions, and available inventory. Coins with proven provenance, high grade, and rare errors will always perform better. But coins surrounded by hype, like the mythic $77 million penny, often disappoint when it comes to actual valuation. So where did that $77 million number come from, anyway? Some speculate it's a misinterpretation of online auction listings. Sometimes sellers on eBay or Etsy list coins for ridiculous prices, not because the coin is worth that much, but because they're fishing for uninformed buyers or trying to game the algorithm. Others believe the myth was born out of social media virality, a combination of dramatic storytelling, high-stakes headlines, and that universal dream of striking it rich with pocket change. It's the modern version of finding buried treasure in your sock drawer. Despite the exaggeration, the 1970 D Lincoln penny remains a significant coin for collectors. Its sheer mintage volume makes it common, yes, but its place in American history, and the potential for rare errors, keeps it interesting. Plus, collecting pennies is one of the most accessible hobbies out there. For just a few dollars, you can start building your collection, learning about U.S. history, minting techniques, and the evolving world of numismatics. In conclusion, the 1970 D Lincoln penny might not be worth $77 million, but it could still be worth your time. With careful observation, some research, and a little bit of luck, you might uncover a rare treasure hiding in plain sight. Remember, coin collecting isn't just about money, it's about the stories, the history, and the joy of discovery. Keep your eyes open, your mind curious, and your change jar close. You never know what you might find next. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the world of rare coins collectibles, and hidden treasures in your pocket change. Drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin or have questions about one you think might be valuable. I'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, happy hunting! Let me know if you'd like a version that includes visuals, animations, or voiceover suggestions.